What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, my fighters? I'm One Eyebrow, also known as PT. Don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about Fear the Walking Dead and the breakdown about Madison. So obviously, spoiler warning for every season of Fear the Walking Dead, the TV show, spoiler warning. Well, a lot of people have been thinking about Madison coming back, and there's been a lot of talk about Madison coming back. The showrunners are saying this, and these people are saying that, and there's a poll question about why are you watching the show, and so many people clicked Madison. Well, I can't change people's views about Madison and Fear the Walking Dead. If you've loved the show since the very beginning, and if you love Madison, great. But the show, to me, has been all over the place. Some good moments, some cheesy, far-fetched moments, and to me, Madison was unemotional. You can't tell if she's happy, sad, mad, frustrated, just anything. She was just like, bleh. But the show was interesting, and it's been all over the place. California, Mexico, on the water. It's had some great moments, but also some really far-fetched moments. Remember when they had to play music on a phone? Why? Wouldn't the walkers just follow you anyway? Why couldn't you make noise? Why can't you bang two pipes together or something, right? But either way, season 3 had great moments. Season 2, season 4, 5, 6, and season 6 has been great. But overall, the show has been all over the place. Remember when Luciana just left? And then she magically came back. Yep, that's some of the writing that we've had to deal with on this show across the series. How about two great characters, Walker and Crazy Dog? Never to be seen again. Proctor John, never to be seen again. Why? Why not? And if Madison's coming back, why not bring Troy Otto back? Bring Travis back. Bring all these people back, right? We never saw them die. We never saw a body. That's some of the logic here. Well, we're still waiting for Fear the Walking Dead to join up with The Walking Dead. And initially, they wanted nothing to do with that. They wanted their own show, their own universe, their own thing. And they're like, wait a second, let's connect the dots here. Let's connect to The Walking Dead universe. And they did. And in season 4, Luciana just came back. They were at the stadium. The show was progressing in a way. Morgan was eventually joining the team. But the stadium was the new setting, the community. It was there, and that was the last time we saw Madison Clark alive. But if it was so close to where Ginny and people were, how come Virginia's people didn't find out about the stadium? That's a pretty important area and resource, I have to say. But, it's the world of The Walking Dead. But Madison, let's talk about Madison, right? Everybody wants this character to come back. Well, when she was on the show, I have to say, she wasn't that great in my opinion. Is it that she was killed off, and that's why a lot of people want her back? The people that loved Madison from the very beginning, with unconditional love, like, no way, I loved her from the very beginning. Well, a lot of people didn't like the show, and a far less amount people watched Fear the Walking Dead compared to The Walking Dead. And there's a reason for that. But let's talk about the last time we saw Madison Clark alive, right? She went through the tunnels, and she was surrounded by walkers. She grabs a flare, she grabs the radio, and she has an epic speech to Alicia, and she talks about no one's gone until they're gone, and I had to keep the stadium for us, but now I know, never change. And then she lights the flare, and she throws it, and it engulfs everything, and it lights up so many things. But she is surrounded by walkers. Surrounded. So did somebody save her? That's really the only thing possible of how she survived if somebody came and saved her. She was surrounded. She put a shovel in the fencing there to block the walkers from coming through. The flare went off, and that's the last time we saw Madison alive. Alicia, Luciana, and Strand were interviewed by Althea, and they talk about it. She gave up her life for me, for them, for us, so they could live. And Kim Dickens was on Talking Dead. They talked about her farewell episode, her last episode, R.I.P. Madison Clark. But recently, the showrunners changed their tune, and they're like, well, we never saw the body. No one's gone till they're gone. We talk about it all the time if Madison's going to come back or not. So we're going to give some hope, and we're going to bait you into watching, because you never know. Madison might just randomly show up, so you got to watch every episode. Even though this is from the actress on her Instagram, at KJ Dickens. I'll miss playing Madison Clark, but she will always be with me because it's me. People don't buy into the fact that she was killed off and maybe she'll come back and what it is. But how can we have two lead protagonists? Morgan is clearly the protagonist now. If Madison comes back, how are you going to have two leads? Too many cooks in the kitchen. It might not work. And Fear the Walking Dead is still highly debated. What's better, the first 3 seasons with Madison before Morgan got there, or is it better now? I think we all can agree that season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead is by far the best season, for multiple reasons. Morgan, the story, just so many things. It's great. Much better than season 5. But so many characters like Proctor John, Walker, Crazy Dog, Diana, like so many people have been left in the dust from season 3. And how come no one's bringing up the fact that they should come back around? It's just all about Madison, Madison, Madison. When I'd rather have the other characters come back. But last season, we had some paintings on the trees, the writing on the trees. And people are like, it's Madison. It's Madison. It's gotta be Madison. And there's a ladder. She took a ladder. She got out of there by a ladder. But it was Wes. Nothing to do with Madison. But people still have hope. And they'll always have hope. And then Alicia paints this on the tree. No one's gone until they're gone. So you're like, okay, maybe Madison will see that and she'll know where to find Alicia. And what if Madison comes back and she's the bad guy? Or what if Madison does this, right? But Morgan, evidently, in season 5, episode 16, was shot in the chest, bleeding severely, got on the radio, and said some inspirational stuff. And everybody across Texas heard it. Charlie heard it, they heard it, they heard it, everybody heard Morgan over the radio. I don't know how far the transmission was going, but maybe Madison heard it, right? The stadium evidently isn't that far away, and that's if Madison's still there. So if they're going to bring Madison back, somehow, some way, I think she saved Morgan. It just fits. And Morgan never met Madison. You don't know me, but I heard your message. So Madison never met Morgan. So that kind of works. And the last time we saw Madison, she was surrounded by walkers in a precarious situation. And at the end of season 5, episode 16, Morgan was surrounded by walkers in a precarious situation and somehow survived. So we know Morgan doesn't die, so I thought it was interesting. But as of season 6, episode 7, the mid-season finale, Alicia wants to go back to the stadium. Is that a callback, an Easter egg foreshadowing that Madison was there? That she went back into the tunnels and she escaped? But where has she been all these years? Who has she been with? And how did she survive? How did Virginia not go to the stadium and clear it all out and take it over? If it's so close, why not? But then recently, before we saw season 6, episode 7 of Fear the Walking Dead, there was a rumor and speculation that Madison was going to be in the episode. And she wasn't. And before that, there's some great information that's not confirmed. It's potential information about season 6, the writers, and Madison. If you want to find out more, definitely click on the videos on our channel with the thumbnail of Madison like that. But recently, per the TWD Universe spoilers, I saw this. And I don't know who wrote this. It could just be an opinion. Some people are saying it's a Madison hater, but I don't know who wrote this. But I just thought it was interesting to share, and it was pretty good information, and it's a viewpoint, makes you think a little bit. And again, I'm not trying to steer you away from thinking Madison's coming back or wanting her to come back or whatever. I'm just giving you information and a breakdown of all the different things, and you can make the decision for yourself. But it says, AMC is using Madison as a bait on Fear the Walking Dead, but will she really come back? Madison is gone. I hate breaking it with you guys, but she's gone. It was like Nick. Everyone wants you to think there's a chance that Madison Clark will return one day to Fear the Walking Dead. Don't believe them. Don't believe in AMC when it causes Madison's return. They did it with the painted trees. They ended last Sunday's episode when Alicia decided it's time to go back to the zombie-infested stadium where Madison died. Where Madison died. After all, we never saw her body. She only left for 2 seasons. She could come back, right? Wrong. Stop listening to people who want you to think like this. Just look at all the headlines we saw before this latest episode of Fear. Things like Fear the Walking Dead finally brought back a missing character at the mid-season finale from comicbook.com, and similar headlines from many other sites that want you to think it's Madison because you want it to be Madison, but it's clickbait. Or if it's not clickbait, headlines like these are certainly designed to make you think Madison is coming back because we didn't see her body. I should have known. I know how the headlines work. Would you go back to Fear the Walking Dead If you were Kim Dickens, I'm sure she wasn't happy with how her character was killed and swept under the rug. You'd be happy to be ambushed like this and have a show which you starred for 3 whole seasons suddenly taken from you and given to a crossover character from The Walking Dead? Would you like to go back to the dumpster fire this show has become since then? Dickens has other shows. She has better things to spend her time with than the kind of vicious reviews critics give of this show, or well, at least the ones I hand out. Forbes. We know the critics were saying they would have Madison references in the mid-season finale, but there was no big deal. Was it not AMC's order? We know one of the showrunners commented that you'd like to see her in Tales of the Walking Dead. So, did she really die? And I know Madison's been around since the very beginning, and a lot of people like her. But a lot of people didn't like her as well. You're going to hear people say a lot of different things. Whether you agree with them or not, it's their opinion. Some people agree with me that I really didn't like Madison. The show was drastically different when she was on it. If she comes back, it might not work. Season 6 is great, and she's not there. We have so many characters on season 6 that we haven't even seen yet still, but how can we have Morgan and Madison on the same show? Will it make sense? I don't know. Are the showrunners just playing with us? Are they baiting everybody to be like, yep, well, we never saw the body, and Madison this, and it's just frustrating because if she doesn't come back, it's going to piss a lot of people off. If she does come back, it kind of doesn't make sense, and it could hurt the show. But we'll have to see what they do. But thank you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. And again, if you like Madison, great. If you don't, great. I'm not here to put you down if you like her or if you don't like her. I'm just breaking down stuff of the character and the show and why it makes sense, why it doesn't, where it's been, and the real deal with it. But thank you guys. Stay safe and tell them, Daryl.
No, we love you guys.